welcome back dear students. Wish you all stay happy, healthy and safe at home. I am Yojana Parak and today we are going to discuss a chapter for standard 10 from their English textbook Footprints Without Feet. This is your supplementary reader in which we are going to see the third chapter, that is Midnight Visitor, written by Robert J. Arthur Jr. This is the second part of this video. Let us quickly revise what we learned in the previous video. We saw that there are mainly three characters: Oswald, Fowler and Max. Oswald and Max both are secret agents but are rival from different countries. Oswald is from America. He was from Boston and he was brought to Paris, France before 20 years. So now he is working for Paris, for France, and Max is from Berlin, and Fowler is a writer who came to take an interview of a secret agent, was possible. The Fowler could not find anything as he had expected about secret agents in Oswald. He thought that secret agents will be fit and active and will always be indulged in some kind of dangerous activities or secret activities, but he could not find anything like that. Oswald was too much fat and he just made an ordinary call of appointment, nothing else. He was doing no kind of dangerous activity or secret activity. So that disappointed Fowler. Then he met Oswald. Oswald could get his disappointment, and then to make him cheer again, he said that now you will get interested when I will tell you something which is very important that will change the history. That today I am going to get some documents which are very important, for which many people have sacrificed their lives. And by saying this, he entered the room. Both they entered the room and they locked the room and switched on the light. When they switched on the light, they saw Max was standing in front of them holding an automatic gun. Why Max had come there? He wanted to get those documents from Oswald. Fowler was completely frightened by the gun. The appearance of Max was not threatening at all, but he was threatened with the gun. While Oswald was quite intelligent and smart, so he knew how to tackle the situation. So he started talking with Max, and he said that now I am going to have dispute with the management because this is the second time that someone has entered in my room through the balcony, which does not belongs to my room, but it belongs to the apartment attached with my room. Because of that, Oswald had to face trouble. And when he said that there is a balcony, Max was surprised because he did not enter through the balcony, but he had master key. Master key, that means which can open any lock. So he had that master key and he entered from the main gate before Oswald entered in the room. Now this was the explanation about the first part, and now we are going to see the second part of this video. How the Oswald and Fowler save themselves from Max, and whether Max get those important documents or not. So let us begin the second part of this video. So when he explained that the balcony does not belong to me, it is attached with the apartment beside my room, and because of that balcony I have to face the trouble. So Max responded that he didn't know about that balcony, otherwise it would have been more easy for him. Next is Max glanced at Fowler, who was standing stiffly not far from Oswald, and waved the gun with a commanding gesture. "Please sit down," he said. "We have a wait of half an hour, I think." 31 minutes, Oswald said moodily. The appointment was for 12:30. Stiffly, in a manner that is not relaxed or friendly. That means he was standing threatened and without moving, because Max had pointed gun in front of him. Wave, move to and fro with a swaying motion while remaining fixed to one point. He waved his gun by showing the gesture of commanding him to sit. Commanding, that means having a position of authority. You can say he was ordering. Gesture, that is a movement of part of the body. It was a movement by his hand, especially a hand or the head, to express an idea or meaning. What he wanted to express there? He wanted to command or to order Fowler to sit for 30 minutes, for half an hour, because Max had the expectation that those important documents were about to come within half an hour. Then Oswald corrected him and he said, "Not 30 minutes, we have to wait for 31 minutes. Because Max had entered midnight, that means approx 12 o'clock, and Oswald said that I have meeting with, I am about to get those documents, and I have the appointment for those documents about 12:30. The appointment was for 12:30. He said this sentence moodily because he was disappointed with that balcony, as he was explaining that incident. "Now, I wish I knew how you learned about the report, Max." Oswald says that, "I wish I knew how you learned or how you get to know about this report, Max." The little spy smiled evilly because Oswald and Max both were rivals, and he said, "And we wish we knew how your people got the report, but no harm has been done. I will get it back tonight." "What is that? Who is at the door?" Fowler jumped at the sudden knocking at the door. Oswald just smiled. "That will be the police," he said. "I thought that such an important paper as the one we are waiting for should have a little extra protection. I told them to check on me to make sure everything was all right." Now, Oswald was surprised at how Max got to know about that secret report, and Max replied that, "I'm also surprised at how you people get to know about that report, but no worry, yet I have the chance that I can get those documents back tonight, and I will take those documents from you. It will be more safer in my hands than you. That means you do not deserve to hold those documents. those documents are important for us, not for you. Now he just wanted to get those documents anyhow from Oswald. And suddenly there was knock at the door, and Fowler got started, or you can say shocked by that knock, and he jumped away by that knock, when suddenly he was already threatened by the gun. And suddenly when someone knocked, he got shocked and started. With a jerk movement, he jumped back. And Max also got shocked when someone unknowingly and unexpectedly knocked the door. So he asked that, who is at the door? What is that? Then Oswald smiled because he knew everything. And he said that that will be the police, because I had called the police, for I thought that today, as I am going to get such an important document which can have impact on history, for which many people have sacrificed their lives. So for the safety, I called the police, and I wanted a little extra protection. That is why I called the police to check on me and make sure that everything was well or not. So that police will look after me and those documents too. So I and those documents will be safe. That is why I had called the police, and there might be the police at the door. Max bit his lips nervously. He got nervous because he was frightened that if police will enter, and as he is from other country, they might catch him. The knocking was repeated again and again. What will you do now, Max? Oswald asked. If I do not answer the door, they will enter anyway. The door is unlocked. He said that I will have to open the door, and if I won't open the door, the police might get doubt and they will enter anyway. Even if they will have to break the door, they will do. So in any way they will enter in the room, and even the door is unlocked right now. So if I want response, they will open it by themselves. And they will not hesitate to shoot. Hesitate, that means to be reluctant or wait to act because of fear, indecision or disinclination. So he said that as because you are from other country and you are a secret agent of other country, so police won't be threatened or won't take any time. They won't be hesitated before shooting you, and they will directly shoot you right here if they found you here. So what you are going to do now? Because you are in the room and police is about to get in the room, and when police will find you, they will shoot you. Max's face was black with anger as he backed swiftly towards the window. He was angry because he didn't knew about Oswald's plan, and now because he was threatened that might police catch him. So he moved back swiftly, that is towards the window. Swiftly, that means moving or capable of moving with great speed or velocity, fleet, rapid. So he quickly moved backward to the window. He swung the leg. Here in this image you can see it is visible that he put one leg out of the window. he swung the leg over the seal. Seal, that is the horizontal piece of member beneath a window, door or other opening. So here there was the seal, the horizontal piece, where out of the window he put the leg. Now send them away, he warned. I will wait on the balcony. Send them away or I will shoot and take my chances. Chances, that refers to the risk that if you want, send police back, and if you want to give me those important papers, those important documents which I have came to get. So if I won't get those papers, and if you want let police out of the room, so I will shoot you, and I will take the risk that if police enter in the room and they will catch me, so I am ready for that risk. But if you want do as I ordered you, so I will shoot you certainly. And by saying that, he says that I am waiting in the balcony. Don't let the police know about me. So by saying that, he moved backward and he put one leg outside the window on the ceiling. The knocking at the door became louder and a voice was raised. Yet someone was just knocking at the door, but now the voice raised and the one who was standing outside the door said, Mr. Ausable, Mr. Ausable, keeping his body twisted so that his gun still covered the fat man and his guest, Ausable and Fowler. So he twisted his body and had pointed the gun still towards Ausable and Fowler, and the man at the window grasped the frame with his free hand. With the one hand he was holding the gun, and with another hand he held the window, the frame, with his free hand to support himself. Then he swung his other leg up and over the window sill. The doorknob turned because door was unlocked. So after knocking and after raising the voice, the one who was standing outside the window opened the door. And just when the door knob got twisted, and as he dropped, he screamed once, shrilly, that is, piercingly or in a high pitch. Loudly, when he jumped out of the window, there came a loud sound, and after that, there was no sound. The door opened and the waiter stood there with a tray, a bottle and 2 glasses. There was no police outside the door, but there was waiter who was knocking, and he twisted the knob and entered the room. By that time, Max had already jumped. He had jumped to the balcony, and then the waiter entered with a bottle and 2 glasses. Here is the drink you ordered for when you return. As I told you that Ausable had made a call when they entered, and as he had ordered, the waiter brought the drink for them. He said, and set the tray on the table, deftly uncorked the bottle with skill, as waiters are used to do this. So deftly uncorked the bottle and left the room. after opening the bottle and placing the tray on the table, he set 2 glasses and a bottle for them. White-faced Fowler, white-faced, that is totally, completely frightened. Fowler started staring after him. He was looking steadily towards Oswald. But he stammered, started stammering, that means Haklana. As he was completely frightened, he was not able to speak properly. The police, there were no police. Oswald sighed with relaxed, with relieved breath. Oswald said that there was no police outside the gate, only Henry, the name of this waiter, whom I was expecting. He was also expecting that Henry would be outside the door, and he said that there must be police. But won't that man out on the balcony? Fowler began. So then again Fowler wanted to ask him that what about that man who is waiting in the balcony for us? If police is not there, he will shoot us and will get those documents. No, said Oswald, he won't return. You see, my young friend, now why he will not return? There is no balcony. Now he says that Max had jumped with the expectation that there is balcony down the window. And after his jumping, a loud pitch sound came because there was no balcony, and he jumped through the window from 6th floor of the hotel. Now, whether it can be that he might have got a serious injury or he might have died. So in that condition, it is certain that he won't be able to return now, and there is no police. So you do not have to worry at all, you do not have to frighten at all. Now we are safe and secure. Enjoy the drink. So in this way, with his intelligence, he saved his life and life of that writer, Fowler. So though he was not looking like a secret agent, but still he was very clever, smart and intelligent, and because of that intelligence and quickly, as he could quickly respond to the situation, and he could tackle any kind of situation with his intelligence. That is why he was a secret agent, and in this way he proved himself to Fowler and saved themselves from Max. So with this story comes to an end, and this story teaches us the presence of mind, which we should always have. We should be alert and be with the presence of mind, so that we can handle any kind of situation. And here the story ends, and this video also comes to an end. I hope that the explanation will be useful for you for understanding this chapter, and you might have enjoyed this video. Now we will meet in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself and be safe, happy and healthy at your home. Thank you for being with me. See you.